My name is Anjanette Jurasic, and I'm here to do a review of the book It Worked for Me in Life and Leadership by Colin Powell with the assistance of Tony Colts. So, qualifications of the author. Colin Powell was born in 1937 to immigrant parents where he learned strong work ethic from them. Long prestigious military career. In 1987, he was the National Security Advisor under the Reagan administration. In 1991, he was promoted to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And in 2000, Secretary of State for the G.W. Bush administration. This on top of many military tours and a very successful military career. And after retirement, he has spoke nationally regarding leadership skills and lessons learned throughout his career. The purpose of the book, it's a multi-layered purpose. He gives down-to-earth advice and leadership using lessons learned throughout his prestigious military career that can be applied to all facets of life. And it gives insight to a well-known figure in U.S. history and using anecdotes and a lot of interesting facts from his life from childhood to retirement. The target audience. The book is actually applicable to all audiences. The lessons discussed can be applied in so many different forms, from professional to personal. And anyone who wants to enhance their knowledge on leadership, teamwork, personal growth, work-life balance. There is a lot of stress in his book about work-life balance and how he's managed to keep the two separate. Strengths. It's clearly written. It's easy to follow. He uses humor, so it keeps things flowing very well. He has a very interesting perspective on important events that have shaped history and molded different events throughout his career, and even has given some perspective on recent events. Major lessons that he sort of proposed in this book that were easy to follow and I felt was a strength. He talks about his 13 Rules in Life that was published in People magazine and has since followed him throughout his career. But some of the things that I found, and I won't go over every one of these individually. One was number 2, get mad and then get over it. He said it's natural for people to get mad. They get angry at their loved ones, at their children, at their co-workers, but it's never productive. And so it's always important to get over it and move on and achieve your goals still. And another one that I thought was a good thing, it says you can't make someone else's choices. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. In other words, it's okay to take counsel. It's okay to listen to other people's advice, but at the end of the day, your decisions have to be your own, and the same in return. You shouldn't be making other people's decisions for them because they need to be comfortable in the decisions they made and be able to stand behind them. These are the remaining ones. Another one that was important was share credit. I mean, he gives a lot of credit to other people in his career that aided in his successes throughout his career. Oh, let me go back. Shortcomings. So there are certain parts of the book that are centered around his military career. So it's certain small points of the book, when it's really heavy, if you don't have a lot of knowledge about the military, you sometimes, it's hard to stay engaged for those brief periods of time. And then certain times it's a lot more memoir-like than lessons learned. So one example, he'll drift from the strong lessons to storytelling. So he talks about gifts received and the rules that you had to have when you were with the government, about the dollar amounts you could receive, and he would talk about how he would sort of work around certain things if he wanted certain gifts and didn't want to return them back to the government. So I thought that kind of drifted from the overall lessons and leadership guidance in the book. So achievement of objectives. So from the author's note, his main objective was, as you will see, there are no conclusions or recommendations, just my observations. The chapters are freestanding. You can read them straight through or jump in anywhere. Everyone has life lessons and stories. These are mine. All I can say is they worked for me. So in the context of objectives stated by the author, I believe the objectives were achieved. There's no magic formula for success, and all his lessons are things he learned from his personal experiences that he shared. In context of objectives of reading for me, they were partially achieved. The lessons were practical, they were easy to follow, but some were not applicable in what I do in my day-to-day life and is sometimes in opposition to other things you read pretty commonly. So recommendations, a good read for anyone wanting to learn lessons from a highly successful individual. A great read for individuals who want to learn from actual events as opposed to theories and hypothetical ideas. And a great read for anyone who just loves history and politics. Thank you for your time.